Before you step down, if you want to we have you up here, and we would really like to hear just a quick comment about this whole Chinese spy balloon, weather balloon controversy. If you can just make a quick comment about that for us while we have you up here, someone of your military expertise. Can you just say a couple words on it?
I don't think I have a choice. The exit's that way. I don't think they're going to let me leave unless I answer the question. But no, thank you for that. Yeah, UFOs. There's the answer. Where's Fox Mulder when you need him? No, look, this is my take, and I have to, it's like I say for any time when people say, what is your assessment of something? Ladies and gentlemen, I live in upstate New York, outside of the city of Albany, in a private home with a standard internet connection. And what I'm trying to say is I'm thousands of miles away from where things are really happening. So I am as a prisoner to the data as everybody here. I think the only advantage I might have over some, not all, is that my experience in life allows me to sift through data and identify dots and then connect the dots and come up with some sort of reasoned, logically based assessment. But I'm not claiming to have a crystal ball. I'm just saying I'm another analyst. So what I'm giving you right now is some analysis. There's this thing called global warming. Whether you agree with it or not, I don't care. The Chinese happen to believe that there's a problem with potential climate change. One of the big areas that they're concerned about is the Tibetan Plateau. Why? Because there's a lot of glaciers up there and they're melting right now. That can lead to flooding, but it also leads to long-term water supply problems. Now, why is this a problem? Because the Chinese are trying to figure out why is this happening? What's going on up there that causes this stuff down here to do? So they've been doing for a number of years now tethered balloon experiments, where they put these dirigibles up in the air, high up in the air, with a sensor package that is jointly developed with academic institutions here in the United States. Why do I say that? Because the sensor package that was on that balloon, the spy balloon, was known to the United States. Why? We helped develop it. Why? Well, everybody's concerned about what's happening up there, the water particles. How do you find out? You have to go up there and collect it. You have to collect the data. You have to see how the sun interacts, how the weather interacts. All this data needs to be collected. They were collecting it over Tibet. I'm American, I get to say it any way I want to. But they're collecting over that, but that's a static data point. How did it get there? There's this thing called the jet stream. It goes around the world. So you want to put a balloon up in the jet stream, and you want it to go around, you want to collect data points around the world, so that you have a complete picture on what's going on over Tibet. And you'd like to coordinate that with global partners like the United States, which they did. The point I'm trying to make is that balloon was not a surprise to anybody. I'm guaranteeing you right now, the Biden administration knew everything there was to know about that balloon. They know who built that balloon. They know who launched that balloon. They know the sensor packet was on that balloon. They know that balloon was doing. So why did they lie to us? To distract us. You see, there's a couple other things going on right now. I don't know, gosh, a guy named Seymour Hersh wrote an article that blew the lid off of the Nord Stream pipeline. And our close friend and ally, and I say that with all the irony intended, Germany is starting to talk about it and ask uncomfortable questions. And other nations are starting to ask uncomfortable questions. And maybe even there's a little rumbling in the American media asking some uncomfortable questions. So what do? Well, you treat the American people for what they are. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, you're a bunch of little kittens. Well, why do you call us that, Scott? I don't know. If I take a laser beam and put it on the wall, off you go. I don't want you to focus on this. Laser beam, wham, there they go. The media goes there, everybody goes there, laser beam, laser beam, laser beam. And next thing you know, we have F-22 airplanes firing $500,000 missiles at hobby balloons. It's insane. It's insanity. It's irresponsible, grossly irresponsible. And it's not just the waste of taxpayer money. At a time when there's a potential of conflict between the United States and China over the South China Sea and Taiwan, what we need most is for our diplomats to sit down with Chinese diplomats. Now, I'm here to tell you, I told people out there, I'm not a pacifist, not even close. You attack my country, I will kill you. You attack my family, you're dead. I don't believe in pacifism. I do, however, believe in living the good life. I believe in coexisting peacefully with my fellow man. I believe that before I engage in violence, it has to be in a cause worthy of that violence, and it has to be the absolute last option, that we must exhaust every venue possible short of conflict before we make decision to go to conflict. And here we are talking up a war with China, and we just had Tony Blinken cancel his trip to China to talk to the Chinese foreign minister at a time when that is the most important thing ever. This has gone beyond simply politics as usual. This is getting into existential questions of, can the United States survive? And frankly speaking, should the United States be allowed to survive? Because when you take a look at what's going on in the world today, we're the problem, not the solution. And now we come back, I'm going to bring it back around. When I say we're the problem, we're not the problem. We're the solution. The problem is the war machine. The problem is the military-industrial complex. The problem is Congress that continues to do this. The problem is politicians who ignore us, which is why it's absolutely essential that we embark on this journey to bring us all together. Christian, atheist, black, white, Asian, Mexican, I don't care. Libertarian, communist, Republican, Democrat. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same blood. And we're all going to die if they have a nuclear war. We must come together and we must go on a journey that holds our government to account for that which they do in our name, especially when the byproduct of what they do in our name risks death for us all.
Thank you, Scott. American hero. Thank you. It was an honor to have you here, Scott. Thank you. Wow. Well, thank you very much. And thank you. It was a real honor to have Scott Ritter here.